Salameh again with 5 Awesome Women. Well, tonight I was trying to think about what I was going to do a video about. It's Friday night again. I'm upstairs in the enchanted attic, and my husband's at work. I'm all by myself with my ghost and my cats and my dogs. What was I going to talk about? Well, the first part of the evening I watched an old movie on television. It was a movie some of you may remember, Ghost of Mississippi. It's about the trial of the murderer of Medgar Evers, civil rights leader, who was murdered in 1963. It brought back a lot of memories of my childhood, of hearing about the case, and then again in 94, I believe it was, whenever it was retried and he was finally found guilty. And it brought back a lot of memories to me about how Mississippi, even though they are trying so hard to make the world think that they're a different place than they were 50 years ago, but they're not. Most small rural towns still feel the same way. They were forced into desegregation. That's the only reason. And the town that I live in Noxubee County, Mississippi, we still have segregation. Now, not on the outside, but when you look closely, we still have segregation. All the whites still go to private schools. The blacks go to the really nice multi-million-dollar public school. They don't interact in church. They don't interact in most social activities. So it's still the same as it was. But they pretend to try to be more open and accepting. But it's only because they have to. But in some cases they don't feel that they have to. And this brings to mind the situation of myself and my husband. My husband is Arab. He is from Palestinian descent, but he was born and raised in Kuwait City, Kuwait. Once he left Kuwait City, he was never allowed to return. For one reason, because in the Middle East, the way they consider what nationality you are is your original bloodline, not where you were born. Not like in the United States, where if you were born here, you're an American. No. You are still part of the country that your ancestors came from. His family leaving Palestine, before he was born, of course, to have a better life, were not allowed to go back to Palestine because they left the country. The Israeli government refused to let them back. So my husband was basically a man without a country. The proudest thing that ever happened to him in his life was when he became an American citizen, because he said, now I have a country. He was so proud. But the community within which he lives will not accept his blood donation because he's Middle Eastern. They won't grant him the rights for opportunities. He has a master's degree in chemical engineering. he was working as a janitor for a bank. He tried for years to get into the actual bank as an employee. He has the credentials. He has the educational background. They wouldn't even interview him. Then he lost that job. Harassment from the local officials. Whenever he went to get blood, they told him he would either leave the premises or they would arrest him for trespassing and disturbing the peace. That shouldn't go on in this century, anywhere in the world, but it does. Recently, we have just finished moving into our new old house. We've been working the last several months trying to get things renovated and moving things slowly. Well, there the last few weeks we had to get things out quickly, and a lot of things rested on the front porch. And in the meantime, our ceiling fell in our front bedroom because of water leakage from our roof. We had to stop everything and start repairs on the roof. Well, in the meantime, the city sends us a notice saying that we have 10 days to clean up our yard, clean off our porch, or they would take action against us. Harassment. Because he's a foreigner. Not a foreigner, he's an American citizen now, but because they consider him a foreigner. Is this right in this world we live in? To be treated that way? People say, well, why you don't leave? Because, you can maybe get better treatment somewhere else. Right. But this is home. My ancestors came here in 1835. Must I leave because people don't agree with me or how I live? I don't think so. It's none of their business. We don't try to push ourselves on anyone. We don't have very few personal friends. We stay to ourselves. We work and we try to just live. That's it. The only enjoyment we have is what we do online with YouTube and other internet things, photography, videos. And they want to take that away from you. They don't want things to be okay. They would like for us to leave. But being pushed out, forced out, to run, is not my style. So if anyone from Noxubee County, Mississippi is watching, I love you. But I'm going to stay until you hang my ass. Bye-bye.